This is the Bible for atheists, artists, and clowns, where the atheists won't be converted. And please make this a safe haven where you don't scare them away trying to make them to believe something they don't believe. It's for artists to have a new experience, read a new story if you never read it, and clowns to have fun. I decided to keep doing the channel, which I don't like it. Like, this sucks. I'm about to read Genesis 3 and it's gonna suck. I don't care. Like, I kind of was thinking about skipping to the end of Exodus where I left off and not rereading Genesis, but I don't even want to finish Exodus either. Like, I don't care. I have other stuff I want to do with my life. But it's just, I feel like the universe has kind of been changing since I started this. And even though I don't like this video and this reading right now, I'm just like forcing it. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's making things happen in my life. So that's why I'm going to keep doing it. Like, it's sparking up discussions with people I talk to on the phone. It's not a big time commitment. Like, we're about to crash through this. Ready? Genesis 3, let's go. Let's see. At the end of Genesis 2, Adam and Eve were both naked, and they weren't ashamed. Chapter 3. Now the serpent was more subtle. Subtle. I thought that was a word. Subtle. Subtle? Now the serpent was more subtle than the beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. Wait, hold on. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree in the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called unto Adam, and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree, whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, The woman who thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. Bitch. And the Lord God said unto the woman, what is that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Your tongue flipping out in the sand. That wasn't in the book. He just said, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. Okay, wait. Because you ate the tree that I commanded you shouldn't eat, because of that, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Eat of the cursed ground. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adam also and to his wife did the Lord God make coats of skins, and clothed them. And the Lord God said, behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat. And the Lord God said, behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims, and a flaming sword which turned every way, to keep the way of the tree of life. Maybe it's a good thing I'm reading Genesis again, because I don't remember. I remember the flaming sword. That's green. What is that? In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. What does lest mean? I thought lest means like in caution of. And now, lest he put forth his hand. Oh! Sent him forth from the Garden of Eden. He sent him forth from the Garden of Eden and drove out the man and placed cherubims and a flaming sword to keep the way of the tree of life, lest he put forth his hand and also take that fruit. See, it's like on Genesis 2, I didn't want to read it all. I just tried going through the motions and I couldn't help but like smile and get into it. So you see, it's like that's what happens. It's like impossible to like read it in a bad mood. The knowledge of good and evil like a god. That reminds me, like people always talk about that, and it's like in Buddhism, the meditation practice is to not have any clinging towards good feelings or hatred towards bad feelings, just to observe feelings as feelings and understand that the universe is just this swirl of feelings and not labeling them good or evil, just being one with all of them. And that's like the like secret to enlightenment is forgetting the difference between good and evil